Hello, my name is John-Fidel, and you're watching the Boys Don't Knit Knitting Podcast. This is my second attempt, hopefully last attempt at trying to record something today. I have not made a video in quite some time, and that's for a lot of different reasons, which I will get towards the end. But since I have a lot to do today to get done, which is construct most of my costume for next Saturday for a labyrinth-themed party, I also have to clean up my room and clean out my car. Me being the procrastinator I am, I thought that this would be the perfect time to make a video since I've been trying to avoid doing all my responsibilities. Um, but to get things started, this is the 10th episode of the Boys Don't Knit Knitting Podcast. And I've been debating whether or not to change the name, and I decided I'm just going to keep it. So since I feel like people have had a good feeling about the name and things like that. And in case you're a first-time watcher, the reason why I chose the name is because a lot of people are surprised that I knit, or a lot of people are usually surprised when boys knit, and there's kind of like this idea that boys and men in general don't knit. And also, plus I'm a huge Cure fan. For all my returning viewers, thank you for watching again. It's been a long time. I've appreciated some of the comments and messages I've gotten from people asking me if I'm going to do videos again. And to get things moving along, I'll get started on some of the things I've done. So I think I showed off some things, or I don't know if I've ever showed any of these projects before. I was working on my kind of like neck shawl thing, which is this item, when I stopped making videos. So here it is. It's the Reyna Shawl. It can be made bigger and be worn like a regular shawl, or for like me, I can just kind of wrap it around my neck and wear it like this. Probably would wear it a little bit tighter so it covers up my neck, since I wear a lot of tank tops and stuff like that. But I'm really happy with the way the color came out. I would have people just stop in their tracks and ask me about this shawl and how beautiful it was, because everyone really likes the colors. It's kind of like southwestern, and it has like creams, orange, like a light tangerine, like a rusty orange, green, teal, white, black, or like a charcoal, and it just alternates. So it's self-striping yarn. It's Patton's Croy sock yarn out of the Dusty Stripes colorway. It is no longer being made, so I think there might be like one or two more like skeins out there flowing on the web right now if they're not already all bought up. So I was gonna buy two skeins from one person, but they sold one of them, and so now there's only one. I'm thinking to myself, like, can't really do too much with one. I already have one and a little bit of a skein that I didn't use. But yeah, once again, that's the Reyna Shawl, and I like it. I like it a lot. And it's striped up really nicely, and I get tons and tons of compliments from it. So the only thing I disliked about it was every once in a while I mean, it's my first time really doing a lot of yarn overs and lace work, so it switches between garter stitch and lace. That's all it's doing. And one side you're doing knit two togethers, yarn overs, and on the other side you're doing a slip slip knit yarn over. And every once in a while I'd forget one little detail, and a few rows later I realized the mistake I had made, and then I have to back rip everything, because when you mess up on a slip slip knit or a yarn over, it changes the pattern, and so you really can't just drop the stitch and fix it like my current project, which I've done a few times, where I've forgone to purl instead of knit, and so I've had to drop it. But this, you really can't do that. You just have to back rip it out. But the great thing about this is I've never really done a project with this many stitches and sock weight, so it's actually made me a lot more of a faster knitter. So all the projects I've been working on lately, I've been burning through them a lot faster than what I normally would. Alright, so that's enough of this project. If anyone has any questions about anything more, or you want more pictures or anything like that of my work, you can either find me on Ravelry, which is John-Fidel R, or you can follow me on Instagram, which is I'm Mr. Crafty Pants. So my old nickname online used to be Mr. Angry Pants, but I'm not so much of an angry person anymore as much as I am crafty. the other project I completed recently is this. This is the Heights. It's a pattern specifically made for Malabrigios. I just recently had to learn to say Malabrigio. I've been calling it Malabrigio or Malabrigo for a long time. So I'm wondering what everyone who's been hearing me say Malabrigo has been thinking. I think they're just too nice and didn't want to correct me. But I like this a lot. It's a cow. And it looks like this when it's done. So I kind of feel like it makes me look like Apocalypse from Age of Apocalypse, but I like it, and I can't wait for the winter so I can start wearing it. My only complaints about this project, or the yarn in general, was that the picture in the Malabrigio book shows the yarn being super vibrant. Like, I know that Malabrigio kind of doesn't have a consistent dye-a-lot. Like, even if it's the same dye-a-lot, the two different skeins of yarn could be two very different colors, which I understand and I'm okay with. But the picture, I mean, the colors were so vibrant. So I'm thinking obviously there was probably some photoshopping and things done, and maybe it slipped past the Malabrigio team. But that would be my only complaint. But I still think the yarn is really pretty, and it still does have some pinks and some purples and some of the colors that I liked. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more orange and just the colors being a little bit more vibrant than what they are. It felt like it's a little more on the pastel side than the actual yarn. Because I want to say that the yarn colorway is Arco Iris, and this is out of the Rasta yarn. Also, what I've been working on, which I completely covered up for some reason, have been Christmas cowls. So well, I shouldn't say Christmas cowls because I'm not really more of a Christmas person anymore. It's nothing against, I have anything against Christmas or anything like that, but I don't really identify with Catholicism anymore. So it's more like my holiday gifts, I guess you could say, or winter gifts that I'm giving everybody. So I work at a craft store, so I get a discount over at, I've been buying a whole bunch of these yarns. It's the Loops and Thread. What's the name called? Loops and Thread Charisma. And so they usually have them on sale for $3, and with my discount on top of everything, I get it at a pretty good deal. So this is the Dragonfly colorway. If I was in front of a mirror, I could probably do this a little bit better. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Well, if done inside of a mirror, I could probably do a lot better, but they're going to be cowls. So they don't take me a lot of time to do them. Usually I can get one done in about 2 or 3 hours. It's the Kolka cowl, free pattern on Ravelry. So was the Reyna Shawl. And the Heights, though, is a pay-for pattern, or you have to buy it in the book. But this, the Kolka cowl, it's free, it knits up, and it works really well with the Charisma yarn. So I have about 28 of these I need to do by December. I already have quite a few. This is done in the black raspberry colorway. Has like purples, charcoal, black in it. This one, I have another one of these. This one has like, it's like a neon green, a dark purple, black, and like a gray color. Have one of these ones too as well. Don't remember what this colorway is, but I'm making another one of these right now for my friends up in Seattle. And hopefully she doesn't see this video, because I'm not going to re-record this and I'm not going to edit it. There'll be less editing, which is why I don't have the intro anymore. I just have to do my best not to say and and a lot because I'm not going to be editing these videos anymore. I want to make these videos more consistent, and I think to do that I just need to record the video and just throw it up on YouTube. This one is going to be for my friend Stephanie, so I know she doesn't watch my videos, so I can say this is for her and show it off. This one was made out of, I'm drawing a blank on what the yarn's called, but it's like it's one of those yarns that I would never be able to recreate. It looks really pretty. You can't tell from the video, but on the bottom it goes from being like a mixture of purple and the gray, so on top being like a hot pink and a gray, because I knitted from both the inside and the inside and the outside of the skein, and it just magically came out like this. And I really love the way that it came out. I'm really happy with it. Normally it would have been a lot more solid, but since I knitted from both the inside and outside, they all got kind of mixed up. And this is going to be for my friend Yulia. It's a little bit more fancier. It has the sparkles in it, so I think she'll like this a lot. I think this is more her style than the crazy colors. So those are my Christmas cows so far. So I already have, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have 7 on the needles right now. So that means I only need 20 more. So I had a good start, but now I'm starting to slow down, and I need to keep on with that momentum. Another project that I recently finished is this hat. This hat I love and don't love at the same time. So this is the Cabot pattern. It's a pay-for pattern. It's really beautiful. Everyone I've been showing to really falls in love with the pattern. So if you can see, it's a bunch of triangles. So it's just pretty much knits and purls. So some parts are stockinette, some parts are garter. It has a basic rib, then it goes into knits and purls, and then it has this really beautiful top. See how it has triangles on the cap again? And what I love about it is it looks really pretty. It's really simple. It's like a no-brainer pattern and looks amazing afterwards. It's one of those patterns that once you've done like one of the rows of triangles, the other rows kind of just make sense. Like all you're doing is you start off in the first row with pretty much all knits except for one purl occasionally. Then on the second row, you increase a purl on both sides of that one purl, and you just keep on doing it row after row after row until you're left with all purls with the occasional knit. And if you make a mistake, it's really easy to fix. You just drop your stitch and then pick them back up. However, it wasn't until I was doing this project, which I have in my blood splatter bag. You can tell a lot about a person by how they react to my blood splatter bag. If someone's really cool into horror movies, they'll be like, oh man, that's totally cool. That's like a psycho knitting bag. And I have my little reanimator button that I got from the Valley Horror Movie Club from one of their movie showings. And then people who tend to be a little bit more, not on the horror side, they'll be like, oh, that looks like paint splatter. I'm like, sure, that's what we'll say, it's paint splatter. But this is how it looks like in the, I'm going to butcher the name of this yarn because it's in German, I think. But see how it looks. So it's a self-striping yarn. It goes between red, brown, gray, like a greenish, bluish color. It switches between those different hues. And it has the triangles on top. You can't really see the triangles as great from the camera here, but it looks really nice in person. Now for the yarn, it's called Shawl in the Reggae Ombre. Yeah, it's Shawl, S-C-H-O-P-P-E-L, Shawl Woolen. Wollenhausen. But this is what it looks like. Shawl Reggae Ombre. And what the story behind this project is, when the shop owner, my friend Kiki at Craftopia, saw this hat, she really liked it a lot, and she thought it would be nice to do a display piece out of the Shawl, because it's not the best selling yarn that she's had. So she's been wanting to make a store sample for it. So I volunteered and said, yeah, I've been wanting to try out that yarn, but I'm not sure how it's going to knit up. And so we made a deal that I get the yarn for free just to make this hat so I can test it out. And now I'm going to probably go buy the colorway that I want. I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. However, though, I'm liking the way this fits. I could have swore that the Madeline Tosh was more... I felt like the yarn was lighter than the Shawl yarn. And so I figured this one might be a little bit bigger than this one, but actually somehow this one is bigger than this one. I like the way this one fits a lot, so after I'm done with it and I wear it around for a little bit to break it in, if it's a little bit tighter and I like it to fit better than this one, then I'm going to completely frog this, because I'm not going to buy... I don't have that type of budget to just buy more Madeline Tosh on a whim. I'm going to rip it out, frog it, and then redo it in a smaller needle size. I did this in a size 8 needle, and I have a really big head. So with my gauge at a number 8, this is too big. So I will probably need to take it down to about number 7. That's it for as far as completed work and current projects that I've been working on since I last made a video. Like I said, I hadn't made a video in a while. It wasn't because I fell out of love with making the videos. In fact, while I was working at the reason why I stopped it is because life just got too busy. I was there trying to hang out with my boyfriend more often, trying to hang out with friends more often. I got a full-time job at an embroidery shop, and then I started working as a cake decorating instructor again. So at the embroidery shop, it was really exhausting work. Very, very exhausting work. And I just didn't have enough time to do everything. So I stopped making videos. I was trying to network with the cake decorating classes, and that was just taking up so much of my time. I ended up leaving the embroidery shop to do the cake decorating classes try to make it full time. Wasn't really working out, so I ended up just working as a regular employee. I can't do both regular employee work and the cake decorating because there's some weird silly split between the two companies that do both of them, so I have to choose between one position or the other. And since the classes weren't paying the bills, I do regular work now, which is really working out for me. I get to work during the mornings in the AM, so I start work anytime between 12:30 AM and 5 AM. I usually am out before people get there, which I have really amazing customer service skills, but that's just my problem. I'm too friendly and have too good customer service skills that I can't get regular work done when people are there. So I kind of like working when there's not people in the store. Simply for that reason. Not that I hate working with people or I don't like helping people. I love helping out people. I love hearing what people are working on and being able to help solve their knitting or crafting problems, whether it be scrapbooking or flower arrangements. Which I don't know anything about that stuff, but I'm pretty crafty, so I can figure that stuff out. And I go back and forth between the embroidery shop, but I just feel like it's too exhausting, my main job, to be doing the embroidery work on the side. My main job, which is working restocking, 8 hours will go by like 1 hour. By the time I blink my eyes, it's over with, and I'm there just hoping time goes by slower so I can finish more of my projects in time. But that just isn't how it works. And at the embroidery job, it takes a little bit more time because I have to take usually a huge break in between the two jobs, and I'm dead exhausted by the time I'm done with the embroidery job. I don't want to do anything before it. Too tired to do anything afterwards, so I just had to tell them that I won't be working there anymore. So soon I have to take in my shirts, so they can give it to whoever's going to be working there soon. So that's why I'm making the videos again, and I'm trying to do more of that because I want to do more crafting stuff and get back into that. And I've been doing a lot of knitting since I quit the embroidery position. And I know it doesn't look like I have a lot of stuff completed within the year that I've quit making videos, but another thing I've been doing is spinning. So I've been learning a lot about spinning. So I want to say I already showed off, possibly, skeins of yarn that I did last time. And I'm too lazy to look at the videos I did the last time to see if I had shown you my first skeins of yarn that I've spun. If I haven't, and you know, let me know, and I will show them off. But pretty much it's a lot of white skeins, nothing really crazy. And it wasn't until recently I broke out and had to be like, I need to spin color. So I bought some Malabrigio yarn from Craftopia, which looks like this. The colorway is Persia, so it's roving. It's really pretty. And it comes out looking like I keep everything in plastic bags because my family leaves the door open all the time, so I'm always worried about moths getting inside, so it's better safe than sorry, right? This is how my yarn comes out looking. So it's a nice deep blue. It has some light parts in it like this. I do what's called chain plying or Navajo plying, and that's where it's almost like you're crocheting and spinning at the same time, and you spin 3 strands at one time, which gives you a 3-ply. I'm very happy with the way this is coming out. This bag was originally made for my friend Dawn, who lost her bag, but I found fabric that I think she would be more fitting of her. So I'm going to make her another bag and keep this one. It's not... I like the style. It's kind of like the style that I wish I had. It was something that's kind of like sleek, it's kind of mod. It's still kind of dark at the same time, which is why I got it for her, because that's how I see her. Yeah, poor girl. She after our Friday stitch and bitch, she it was a project she's been working on herself for a really long time. She just must have left it in the parking lot and took off. So I'm gonna probably ask the restaurant that's next to it to see if they have if they found her bag or if someone turned it in, because she keeps on saying that she forgets to ask the restaurant that's in the same parking lot as the cafe that we knit at. So hopefully it turns up. And for my other spinning, I bought some. I'm just going to show off some of the fiber that I plan on making some yarn out of. This is one. This one I think is called Flamingo. A lot of people say it doesn't remind me too much of a flamingo, but I think it looks really cute and it reminds me of a flamingo, so I guess that's what counts, right? This is really beautiful. I cannot wait to see how that spins up. Another one is this yarn. It's more, and this one is by the Yarn Wench. So this flamingo yarn is by Yarn Wench, and it's from her, it's gloaming. Not too sure what that is. It's 4.2 ounces of merino wool top. I also got some Malabrigio Bea Electric. So it's this purple color. I might make something for my boyfriend if he doesn't act like a jerk for me for the next few weeks. He's a nice guy, but sometimes he has his moments. But it's a purple color. It looks a little bit more on the blue side because of the screen, but it's more on like the warmer purple side. See, yeah, that's more like a accurate color of what it looks like. Most of the yarns I'm showing you, I'm not going to do anything special with. I'm just going to knit them up, not mix them with any other colors, except for this one right here. This one, I have a whole idea of what I'm going to do with it. So excited about this yarn and seeing how it turns out. But this is like a pastel rainbow. And when I saw it, I already knew what I was going to do with it as soon as it came in. Because I saw it, I fell in love with it. I had to buy it at like 1 a.m. when I saw it. It was the last one like this that she had made. This is from, I think it's from Wendy's Wonders. So you can find her on Etsy as Wendy Wonders. This is so beautiful. It's so soft already. I felt like I just wish I had a big giant pillow top that was like this. But what I'm going to do with it is when I spin it up, I'm going to try to keep the colors as pure as possible. And then I'm going to do Fair Isle skulls with this to kind of stretch out the yarn a little bit. And plus also I think like the Fair Isle skulls would be a nice contrast to the like pastel rainbow. I just love skulls. Skulls on everything. And then this is just gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell. You can see it's pretty sparkly. I've been going into a lot of pinks. I don't know what it is with me and pink lately, but I just love, 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 love pink. I don't normally wear pink. I normally wear blues, black, red, but there's something about all these pinks that were just calling out to me, and I just think they're beautiful. And this is like super sparkly, so I'm excited about how this one is. This is in Zula, Stargazer, and the color theme is called Garden. It's 84% Super Merino, 16% Sparkling Stellina. The other stuff was all merino, all very soft. This stuff is very soft too. And this will be the last thing I spin up though. I may spin some more of the yarns before this one because this is super expensive. Crazy expensive yarn, and fiber. But it's worth it. It's so worth it. And Zula is such an amazing artist, and she has these really amazing colorways. And whoever was lucky enough to get part of her Jawbreaker, which was a limited color line because it was such a headache for her and the girls to make, but oh man, was it beautiful. I wish I had snatched up the opportunity to grab that colorway because it looked like a Jawbreaker. It was those fun, like, primary bright colors. And the only other fiber was this rejected fiber from Kiki's Rejected Spinning Project. It was when she was first learning to spin, and she span up all this, and she just didn't like the way it came out, so I am going to unspin it and then make some yarn out of it because I really like those colors. So wish me luck on that one. That's pretty much been it. I've just been working on what I want to accomplish next with my art and knitting, how I want to grow as a knitter, how I want to grow as a spinner. I still want to dye. I've had the stuff for dyeing for months already, and I haven't dabbled into it. I have all the stuff to do dyeing, I just haven't done it, and I really need to focus on doing that. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, feel free to let me know. You can leave whatever you want in the comments, as long as it's good and positive. I mean, if you have a critique about something about the way that I talk or anything like that, you can also leave that as long as it's constructive, or you can private message me, whichever one you like. And if you want any more additional information about anything I shared, whether it was the shops that I was shopping for my yarn and fiber from, the patterns that I used, or just anything, feel free to comment or message me. Other than that, have a wonderful week, and I will see you later. Bye.